Hello BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with an announcement video and I am super duper excited about this. This is an idea that has been brewing since before Christmas. My wonderfully good friend Sissy over at the Romance Queen of BookTube approached me. She sent me a message like late December, right around the holidays, and she's like, do you want to host a Romance Readers Readathon with me in February? I'm like, yes please. So yeah, I am super stoked about this, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I know romance is talked about quite a bit here on BookTube. I see a lot of booktubers talking about it, and there are several channels devoted strictly to the reading of romance novels, but I still feel that it almost gets a second, you know, a lower grade than other novels. Yes, they are brain candy. A lot of them are. A lot of them are not. Some of them are very well written and, you know, very thought-provoking and things like that. But you could say that about any genre, anything in genre fiction, essentially. You know, romance or horror or mystery or, you know, sci-fi even. You know, a lot of it can just be fun. And I think we need to embrace that and not have it be the second-class citizen of the book community that it actually is. So, yeah, we kind of developed this the categories for this together, and this challenge, or this, excuse me, read-along is going on between the 10th of February to the 16th of February, so it runs for 7 days. I had to think about how many fingers that was. 7 days. So it's from a Saturday to a Friday, and of course Valentine's Day falls right in the middle of that. We did that on purpose because, you know, Valentine's Day, hearts and flowers, and all those wonderful things. So instead of having like prompts and stuff like, or questions, if you will, we kind of have like 4 prompts for books that we want you to pick. So you only need to read 4 books, or even less than that. 4 books to participate in this read-along. You can read 1 book and still participate in this read-along. I'm just encouraging everybody to read some romance. Much like Olive over at A Book Olive does every November when they do Nonfiction November, and they encourage people just to read nonfiction. We're just encouraging people who might not read romance to read some romance. But if you want to fully participate with us and read with these categories, please by all means do. So I'm going to tell you the categories, and then I'm going to let you know what books I picked to read for them. So first category is read a romantic suspense novel. That's it. Read a romantic suspense novel. Heather Graham, Carla Neggers, Cindy Myers, Dolores Fawson. There are a ton of really great, Maggie Shane, who do great romantic suspense. Just have a Google search for them and you'll find lots of stuff. You know, if you want to read a Harlequin, you can read a Harlequin intrigue or a Harlequin romantic suspense or a love-inspired suspense novel. Any of those will count. Read a romantic suspense novel. The second category is historical. Read a historical romance novel. Again, Susan Wiggs, she is mostly known for her contemporary, but she does read or write really great historical fiction. Of course, my very favorite, Julia Quinn, who does the Bridgerton series. Eloisa James does a great fairy tale series, which is essentially a historical retelling of fairy tales. Tessa Dare, who I have not yet read personally, but I know a lot of other people mention her and really enjoy her work. Again, on that note, read a Harlequin historical novel, or read a love-inspired historical novel, or, you know, anything at all like that. Historical, any time period your little heart desires, pick one to read. The next category is Harlequin. Read a Harlequin book. I don't care what series you choose to read. If you want to go hot and spicy and read from the new Dare line that's just being published, the first 4 books are being published today as this video is being posted. Check those out and maybe read one of those ones if you really are interested in going to the very spicy end of the spectrum. If you want to go to the more mellow side of the spectrum, you can read any of, again, the love-inspired books, the suspense, historical, or just the regular love-inspired, or the Harlequin heartwarming, which has no sex or swearing in them either. Or you can go middle of the road. You can read a Harlequin special edition, or a Western romance, or a Desire, which are on the slightly more spicy side. You know, anything that catches your fancy. It can be an older Harlequin book, you know, something that was published in the 1950s, or something that was published this month. Entirely up to you. Go to town with it and enjoy. And the very last category is probably the one that I am most excited about, and I think The reason is because book prizes, like the Man Booker Prize or the Pulitzer, or that that one in France that Steve Donahue and Sean the Book Maniac keep doing the page 112 tag for. I don't actually know the name of that book prize, but those two keep passing that tag back and forth and doing it. It's a lot of fun if you haven't checked those videos out. But anyway, all these book prizes are talked about, but there is actually book prizes for romance novels. And I just want to read just a little bit from the their website. And this is from the Romance Writers of America, so the RWA. The Trade Association for Romance Fiction Authors announces the finalists for the 2017 RITA Awards. So the RITA Awards are the equivalent for romance novels. The highest award of distinction in romance fiction recognizes excellence in published romance novels and novellas. And it says up to 2,000 romance novels are entered in the RITA competition. A novel may be entered either by the author or by the book's publisher in one of the contest categories. After the first round of judging by published romance authors, entries that meet the qualifications to become a finalist and then advance to the final round. So these are the finalists. So in the description box below, I'm going to leave a link to the finalists. I think giving you the finalists gives you a bit more of a range of books to pick from. So essentially, I want you to pick a book from this list, from the list, to read as the last category, if you will. Let's bring some light to the awards for romance novels. There are tons of different categories that you guys can pick from. Best first book, contemporary romance, long, mid-length, or short, erotic romance, historical romance, long or short, mainstream fiction with a central romance, so the romance is almost like a secondary plot in the story, a paranormal romance, a romance novella, romance with a religious or spiritual element, so essentially a Christian romance, romantic suspense, or young adult romance. If you're into YA, definitely check that out. So like I said, I will leave a list to the link in the description box below so you guys can check it out. What made me think about this is that in January I read Wanderlust by Ronnie Lauren, and it was a RITA Award finalist for this year, for 2017. So we're behind a bit. These books were actually all published in 2016, and then they announced the winners, you know, for 2017 or whatever. However it works, I'm not absolutely certain. But the list is below, so pick a book from that list to read for this read-along. So let's jump into the books that I plan on reading for the read-along. Now, if you guys watched my February TBR, these books were all on my TBR for February. I found ways to fit them all in, so kudos to me. For Suspense, the book I'm going to be reading is Law and Disorder by Heather Graham. It's the first book in the Finnegan Connection series. It is also a Harlequin intrigue. So if I wanted to, and I didn't think that I could get through 4 books this week, and if you guys want to do this as well, you know, because it's an intrigue, I could have crossed off both Harlequin and a romantic suspense in one and been down to 3 books to read. The next book for the historical aspect is going to be Marriage Made in Shame by Sophia James. The Penniless Lords, this is the Penniless Lords series book number 2. Again, I could have scratched off both the Harlequin and the historical with this one and read them. The next one is my Harlequin book, which is going to be Off Limits by Claire Connolly. Very excited to finally get to try this line. I've been hearing so much about it over the last few months, and I really kind of want to see how hot and spicy it actually is. I'm intrigued. And the last one, which is the one that I picked for the RITA Award finalist, is The Study of Seduction by Sabrina Jeffries. This is book number 2 of the Art of Seduction series. This is one of the finalists for historical romance short. Now, I do not know what qualifies long and short. Maybe over 400 pages and under 400 pages. I'm really not sure the criteria. I did not look at the page count for this one, but this isn't a short book. This is probably somewhere around a 300 to 400 page novel. So their definition of short isn't really that short, if you know what I mean. So anyway, guys, what do you guys think? I really do hope that you're going to participate in this. I am super, super excited about it. I hope you are as well. Again, I will leave all the categories listed below, and I will leave a link, of course, to the RITA Award finalists page on the RWA website. And please let me know if you're going to participate. If you're going to participate, please do a TBR video. I'd love to see it. Post in the description box or in the comments below if you do a video so I can check it out as well. And yeah, please join us with this, guys. I am super excited about doing it. If we get a good reception for it, I'd love to do it again next year. I really, really want to bring romance, not to the forefront of BookTube, but to give it a bit more of a presence on BookTube for sure. So anyway, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.